Welcome to another episode of Hospitality Insider on Connie TV. I'm Connie Kim, and today we have honored guest Tom Corcoran, chairman of Felco Lodging Trust. Thank you so much, Tom, joining us this morning.
Thank you, Connie.
And I know that Felco Lodging has a really, truly unique culture. And I know that you are a wonderful cook. So tell us a little bit about what the Felco Lodging is doing and how you get started.
Well, let's see. We got started because another guy by the name of Hervey Feldman and I decided that we were going to start our own company. And we started out with one hotel in Dallas back in '91. And the name Felcor comes from the first three letters of his name, Feldman, and the first three of mine, and that's how we came up with the name.
Wonderful.
We just decided that we wanted to build our own company, and so we started out with one hotel, and we just did it.
So now, 1991, so now you have how many hotels you're managing?
Well, today we own, in more than 40 hotels,
Right.
but, Felcor's gone through this evolution of, at our peak we had over 200 hotels. So we've gone through this growth spurt. Up till 2000 we had about 200 hotels. Today we've shrunk the portfolio considerably and then concentrated more on quality of hotels in some of the major markets.
Oh, okay. So would you tell us exactly what Felco Lodging Trust does?
We own hotels, which is a REIT, which is what a REIT does.
Right.
REITs are tax advantage in that so long as you pay out 90% of your taxable income in dividends, then you don't pay any corporate tax.
Right.
And so we own hotels. We don't manage hotels because in order to be a REIT in the hotel industry, you have to have third-party management.
Right, right. Yeah, and a lot of people took advantage of the REIT at the time. Is it still as alive as what it was when you started REIT?
Yeah, it's bigger actually.
Really?
REITs have become more popular as a way to own hotels, and a lot of large REITs today, and it's a several billion-dollar industry, and it is a very efficient way to own hotels. And I think the REITs have become very I wouldn't say dominant, but they're certainly a big player in the hotels industry today.
Oh, that's fantastic. So now that, how did you get started in the hotel industry?
I usually tell people I started as a dishwasher in Topeka, Kansas, which is true.
In Kansas, yes.
And so as most, one of the great things about the hotel industry is it is a place where anybody who is willing to work hard usually can succeed. And I was very fortunate in that I started out and fell in love with the business and made it my career.
Oh, that's great. So now, can you tell us some advice how to open up a lodging trust company?
You gotta have guts.
That's one thing.
There's a certain amount of, I don't know, there's a certain amount of entrepreneurship that exists with all hotel people. You got to be an optimist. You got to feel good about yourself. You got to be willing to take risk. Like all entrepreneurs, you start a company. You got to be willing to take a risk.
Right.
And not all things turn out like you think they will, and sometimes they do. But there's no magic other than you got to have. You got to have some guts. You got to have some money. Although I always tell people, when Hervey and I started Felcor, the first 3 years we never took a paycheck.
Right.
So that's one of the risks starting a company.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that is very common. The owners are the last to come to make money. But I know that you have a wonderful culture, that it's a family atmosphere in your company. And I still remember the wonderful meal you cooked for us in your home.
Right.
And where did you get that passion of learning how to cook?
Probably my mother. My mother was a great cook. And I always tell people who try to label me as a chef that I'm not a chef, certainly never trained as one, but I actually, worked in kitchens, but I've always just had a passion for cooking that I think I got from her. And I think I enjoy doing it for, when I started doing it back at the company, I did it as a way to, bring everybody together. Meals are one of those things where you share. People like to eat still, and as Felcor evolved, I started doing cooking teams, and I found that if you want to know what people are like, put them in a kitchen with you, and you'll find out what they're like.
Yeah, like they say, too many cooks spoil the food, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. There are some people that I would see in the hallways who, when I get them in the kitchen, I would go, "My, you're bossy," but I never would see it when I would just say hello. But it's always fun.
That's
and
great.
You get to know people.
That's great. So now you have a chairman's lunch that in your company. Can you explain a little bit on that?
Well, we do lunch usually the last Friday of every month, and all the employees, we meet. We have a cooking team. I mean, through the years, I've done different ways of doing it, but generally, what it is a cooking team of usually 4 to 5 people. We put together a theme. We put together the menu. We put together decorations. We decorate in the theme. For example, we did it last Friday because I think the coming up Friday didn't work. So the theme we did this last Friday was Super Bowl. So we decorated with all the Super Bowl memorabilia around, and then we did Super Bowl foods. And so we had 4 people on the team, and then we all put together the menu, and then we met at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we cooked for about 75 people.
Wow, that's great. That really generates a team spirit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, people like that.
When we come back, we want to find out from Tom what his big challenges and how he has overcome. Thank you for watching. Don't go away.
Welcome to Hospitality Insider on Connie TV with your host, Connie Kim. Hospitality Insider is an intimate look of the who's who in the hospitality industry. Up close and personal, you'll meet amazing leaders and discover their stories of successes and challenges that will inspire, educate, and entertain. With your help, we unite, we co-create, and we support each other to create better service in the hospitality industry and contribute to the world. Hospitality Insider, your window to hospitality excellence.
I am Fausto Jimenez, Vice President for Standards at Grupo Posadas, and you're watching.
You are watching.
And you're watching.
You are watching.
You are watching Connie TV.
Connie TV.
And Connie TV.
Connie TV.
ConnieTV.tv.